Hi, I'm working on my B impact assessment today, and I thought I'd share with you what I was working on and a couple of things I learned in the process. As you know, when you're going through the B impact assessment, in order to get certified, you have to have a minimum of 80 points on the assessment. So I've been looking through and trying to figure out, okay, where are some quick wins? And impactful banking seemed like, hey, that's worth 7 points. Why don't I take a look at that? So that's what I've been working on. I figured it would be easy, but actually there was more to it than I thought. And it took me quite a bit of time doing Googling and online research. So I want to share a few tips with you that might save you a couple of seconds when you're doing this for yourself. And so I'm going to share my screen to show you just a few things that hopefully will be helpful. So when you're in the B Impact Assessment tool itself online, in the community section, there is this chunk called Impactful Banking Services. And like I said, you can see at the bottom, it says 7 points. So that's why I figured, okay, I need to take this on. I've been banking both personal and business with one of the large multinational banks. And I have been thinking I needed to think about banking with a different type of establishment, but I actually hadn't made the time to figure out what to do about that. And so actually going through the assessment gave me the kick in the butt that I needed to figure out, all right, so what else? So as you see on the screen right now, there's a lot of different options that you can get points for in the impact assessment. These first four, if you bank with your business banking with one of those are worth the full 7 points. If you have a local bank that gives back to the community or an independently owned bank, those are also good, but they're 3.5 points. So because I was going to be switching to something other from where I am now, I thought, okay, I'm going to go for the most points possible. It was a bit of a bummer because there is one local bank here in Colorado that I know through business social responsibility type of programs that I've done here, that they do amazing stuff. But I thought, okay, nope, I'm going to see what else is possible. I didn't know what a CDFI was. When I looked that up, I figured out that these are private financial institutions that are 100% dedicated to delivering responsible, affordable lending to help low income, low wealth, and other disadvantaged people and communities join the economic mainstream. I thought, well, that's cool, because I thought by banking with them, they could be using my resources to further their mission. And so I thought that sounds great. So I Googled what are some CDFIs, and I found one I was really excited about. One United Bank. It's the largest Black-owned bank in the United States, and they have some amazing programs. I really like what they were up to. I was like, well, how do I find out about how to do business banking with them? Because, with everything that's been going on with Black Lives Matter, I thought, okay, this is a small way I can walk my talk and bank with a Black-owned business. So sadly, once I called and talked to them, they don't have any branches here in Colorado. Like, they've got a really nice online banking app, but to be able to open a business banking account, you have to actually go into a branch. And they are on both sides of the US. And I'm not going to be traveling anytime soon because of COVID. That wasn't a good option. So I was disappointed because I would have really liked to have given them my business. The next option on the list was certified B corporations. I went on to the directory and put in banking, and up came a lot of options, but a lot of them were outside the United States, and I didn't see any that were local to where I am. So I thought, okay, I will see what else is possible. The Global Alliance for Banking on Values is another thing that I had not heard of before. So when I went to their website and where their members are located, immediately it became obvious that in my part of the United States, where Colorado is, there aren't any members. But depending on where you live in Canada or the US or other countries, there's a lot of possible options that you might want to do some research on. The next option down was a credit union. So I Googled, okay, what are the best credit unions in Colorado? And I got a list of 5, and I had heard of all of them. I picked one that has a branch not too far from my home office, called them up, asked some questions. The woman was able to complete all the paperwork for a personal membership and a business checking and savings membership all over the phone. I had to send her my articles of incorporation for my LLC and my IRS letter that says my employer identification number. And I'm talking to her and I'm taking pictures of my driver's license front and back because she needed that. But we were able to do it all on the phone. Then she sent me a couple of DocuSign documents that laid out all the terms and conditions and with all the information she'd gotten from me. And all I had to do was electronically sign those. They went back, she finalized them, and now she's in the process of transferring money into my accounts for me and getting everything all set up. I'm in the final stretches on having new banking with a local credit union that I know does really good stuff here in Colorado. If you have been banking at one of the big banks, I suggest that you too think about, well, what else? Where else might you bank? It's not always necessarily the easiest move. Like they do check credit scores and all of that kind of stuff, but it's a way to walk your talk, put your values to work. And if you choose one of the options that I just went through, you get 7 points for it. So woohoo, good luck with it.